I do love Christmas animations, and for better or for worse, The Bestest Present sounded so sweet, and I'm so pleased to say it was an absolute joy. This was released in 1985, directed by Sebastian Grunstra, written by Lynn, Johnston, and it's about this young girl called Lizzie who loses her bunny when they're out Christmas shopping. And her brother very sweetly has the idea to write a letter to put an advertisement in the newspaper in the lost and found section with the hope that somebody will find her bunny. Whether or not it works, I won't say. But I will say the mother had a pretty terrible attitude in this because, well, I can't explain why she had a bad attitude completely without spoilers, so I will leave that. I will give spoiler warning in a moment and discuss what I mean by that. But other than the mother, I really liked all of the characters, the brother especially was really sweet and really supportive and very cheeky as well at times, particularly to his mother. He had a bit of a cheeky attitude, and it kind of made me laugh because there was a moment at the beginning when his mother says, "Let's go shopping," and he said, "Will you buy me something?" And it just made me laugh because I have younger siblings, and when my brother was much younger, he had the same response. "Let's go shopping. Okay, can you buy me something then?" As if the child's bargaining with their parent. "I'll come if you buy me something." It's like, no, child, you have no choice. But I thought he was a really great character. The daughter who lost the bunny wasn't actually that interesting as a character. I feel like the brother really carried the narrative, but of course, she was sweet enough, and I hoped she'd find her bunny. It also had a strong memory for me. I lost my bunny. I had this pink bunny, and I lost it, and my father took me around all the shops we'd been to try and find it. I came home and it was under the table. It was in the house the whole time. But it also, I could relate to the little girl's feelings. I was devastated, and so was she. But massive credit to the brother. It's also quite festive. You have the festive rush at the shops, and then when they're at home, there are presents, there's a Christmas tree. It does feel suitably Christmas, which may sound like an obvious thing to say, but there are a lot of festive or holiday themed animations that really shouldn't be advertising themselves as holiday cartoons because they don't fit the bill. This one does. Really enjoyed it. Great narrative development. The animation's a bit rough around the edges. There's one point where the boy looks like he's just got a flat head, or like the side of his head looks really flat. But generally, I find the animation style to be quite pleasing. So I guess spoilers from now. I'll just discuss what I meant by the mother really being quite annoying, but I don't think I have anything else to say that's not a spoiler. So this will spoil ultimately what happens at the end of the film. But the first time the mother was annoying was when the rabbit went missing, and her response was, "We'll get another one, or we'll replace it with something." And it doesn't take a genius to know that you can't just replace a child's beloved toy. That's not how it works. It's sure it was a nice thought that she wasn't just going to leave her daughter without, but it was a terrible attitude. And then, as I said, this is a spoiler, when the bunny is returned, she orders her husband to phone up his boss on Christmas Day to find out where the bunny came from. What a horrible woman! First of all, her husband said no, and she did not respect that and demanded that he did it. And then she demanded he phoned up the other person who may or not have even found the bunny. And obviously, ultimately, what happened was really sweet with the caretaker coming around for Christmas dinner, and that's really lovely. But she was not a nice person. Her husband said no multiple times for multiple phone calls, and every time she demanded he did things. It wouldn't have killed them to wait a day. But of course, then the caretaker wouldn't have been able to come over for Christmas. So ultimately, her nastiness had a positive effect. But she annoyed me. But aside from her, yeah, it was a really sweet animation. I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a fun, warm animation, then I'm sorry to have spoiled the ending for you, but I think for better or for worse, The Bestest Present is definitely worth watching.